think about the Green Bay Packers winning the first two that got us kicked off and started towards where we are today.
And with the whole world watching, at the end of this game, at the end of tonight, one of these two sides, they get to etch their name in NFL immortality.
No doubt about it. They hold up the ultimate symbol of victory in this league, the Lombardi Trophy.
So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. And leading them out, their veteran quarterback. This is Johnson, and he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
Now the defense definitely showing blitz here. He'll look to throw. Over the middle here to Brown. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. And certainly one of the mainstays in this offense is the crafty veteran L. Fitz.
Love the way you phrased it, crafty. This guy knows how to get open and catch the football.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Underneath for Johnson. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
This is taken around the 12. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6". And they'll go with the ground attack here. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. It's the Pro Bowler Chandler Jones who makes the tackle. And Mr. Cooper Amari, a headliner in this offensive unit.
Brandon, it's rare that you get guys so polished coming out of college. But Amari Cooper has carried himself like a pro probably since he was 6 years old. He is a terrific talent.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
That was a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass.
And they'll go on the ground. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
We really didn't have any doubt that he was going to be one of the top-rated rookies coming into the league, especially as a runner. And he's given us no reason to change our minds. That's a big-time run, and the production that he showed us in college is translating very well into the National Football League.
They go play action here on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Let's meet the starters on the defensive side of the football for Arizona.
And let's talk about Robert Kimdichie, their first-round pick out of Mississippi. I still remember him coming out of high school. An absolute terror, maybe the best high school prospect in the nation. People look to see if his motor is going to run high all the time, because when it does, he is something else.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Time to meet the defensive starters for the Oakland Raiders, and you want to discuss one of their safeties.
I certainly do. Carl Joseph out of West Virginia. Always did a great job policing the middle of the field. A big hitter, knocked the ball away, but really added to his game as last year as a Mountaineer. Became a better cover guy and a better ball hawk before he got injured. They're really going to love him in Oakland.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Screen play, Johnson. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's third down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded at about the 28. Oh, he slips right by him. Now a hit and a loose football. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And maybe getting a little too cute there on the punt return. Sometimes they forget paramount holding on to that football.
I really do believe most of the return guys think to themselves, when I get the ball, I'm going to make the play that's going to change the game.
I'm going to break it.
I'm going to break it. And you love that they have that attitude, but your point is so well taken. What do you have to do? First and foremost,
hold on to it.
Take care of the football. That's all he needed to do.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward. Second down following the run. They go to Johnson again. And some room to run now. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game. Back to throw here. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. John Brown from 19 yards away. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of. Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? and off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase it.
After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's got time in the pocket. Going to throw right side here, complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. And some space here. And he'll cut it to the left sideline. Out, Oakland. A great play there. 68 yards. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on 3rd down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, pick up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
He's got time. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. And nobody was open downfield there. Looked like a pretty clear throwaway.
Yeah, definitely was that. I'm wondering why there wasn't intentional grounding. I know they're saying there's a receiver there in the area. Those darn quarterbacks, they get away with everything.
Spoken like a true defensive back, Mr. Davis.
Did that come out?
It did.
Okay.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Aaron Donald in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year.
But, Brandon, sometimes I think when we watch games, we're actually watching a living museum because we're seeing the evolution of positions almost with each passing game. How about defensive ends nowadays and the way that they can run almost all the way across the field?
It is unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, they're so strong, but they're so lean. They can move so quick with those bodies.
It's almost unfair. You're supposed to be able to know where a defensive end is supposed to be on every play. These guys flash so quickly, you're not sure where they're going to end up.
Give them 11 yards that time on the return, and the Raiders will take possession. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They'd like to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out. That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
1 receiver left, 2 to the right. And they'll send the slot in motion left. And the play clock's running down. Back to throw. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
And as a defender, if you go with 2 interceptions in a game, that's pretty rare in the NFL. You might see one guy a weekend do that. But to have 2 in the first quarter, that's something you don't see all that often. I have a feeling they'll think twice about throwing in his direction too often.
So out now come the Cardinals. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
And the offense behind the chains here, a touch on 2nd and 11.
Here we go.
They'll set up to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. And that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try to pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
And that was a nice catch, and if the goal was to get into field goal range, it certainly appears that they accomplished that.
Well, and sometimes that's what you dial up in these situations, right, when you want 3?
Well, if the goal was to get into field goal territory, even though it would be a long attempt, I think they accomplished that.
And sometimes you have plays for that. It's not always a first down. When you want 3, get a little bit closer, making it easier shot.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to concede to the defense, and they know what you're trying to get done, and to try and get any more than that is almost folly. Take what you can get, maybe have an opportunity to put 3 points on the board.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Look at the dance and the juke. Still on his feet. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
And it is still early, just the first quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
So it'll be first down here after the run. They'll run the option left. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And a pretty nifty hurdle there before he's brought down. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, look at the juke. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And he'll go down at the 28. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Any team that runs the toss and runs it successfully, that means they win the battle on the edges. That means you seal the edge in order to let your back get to the corner. They got it done there for a very nice game.
Fresh set of downs here. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And a nifty little deep juke spin move. Not a great deal there on the back end, but a nice gain still. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. So 1 quarter down here in Super Bowl 51. 10-7 our score. The NFL on EA Sports continues right after this message.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by...
Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. And the wideout in motion. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. Tyvon Branch there to bring him down.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's caught at the 3. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets them up 1st and goal.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive there. He hits the reliable target. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
Brandon, if I wanted to run the football this close to the goal line, I think I just turn around and hand it to my tailback. Too many things could go wrong in this situation. I think they're fortunate just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
He'll drop to throw. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. And now off to the races down the right side. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
It's good to make it 17-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now here come the Raiders. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest. He's had a big game tonight, and while no one's going to be overly concerned about that last play, you also know that the offense coordinator does not want to see that happen again. They want to get back to doing what they've been doing all game long.
A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. They'll come out in the pistol. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
And they'll run it here. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1, you know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a 1st down.
So they pick up the 1st down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. They go play action here on 1st down. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Chandler Jones. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, you know, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football, not take the sack. When to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you don't fumble the football. So many things that he has to learn. This game starts the process.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, he's able to out-muscle him here as he pulls it in. A big play there for the Raiders. 30 yards. These coaches told us they wanted to take the top off this defense. They wanted to be able to stretch them downfield. They showed it pretty well there.
And they knew that if they were able to do that, it would open up everything else. But how did they truly get it done? Practice in the previous week, making sure they had a plan, fine-tuned before they put it into effect in the game.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
And there's a nice stop for the defense. They've had a tough time containing this guy all game long, but maybe they can build a little bit off of that play, a little bit of confidence, a little bit of momentum. Yeah, every now and then you can actually tackle that guy.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Slot man moves right. Time running out here on the play clock. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Are you crediting your defense?
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
An extra DB added here for the Cards on 3rd.
Blitzer play coverage.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 23 yards on the play. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Looking to throw. That is caught inside the 5. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
And the coach has decided to throw the red flag. He will challenge this play. Sure, as a coach, when you throw the flag, you hold your breath, then you get the verification you were right, a sigh of relief.
Not only a sigh of relief, a little vindication as well, because every time you pull that red flag and throw it, you could be costing your team a timeout.
Oh, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. And the Cardinals, they trot out their dime package for 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll need to get the play off quickly. And with the play clock running out, Jack Del Rio is going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout. And now we're set to get going. And his kick is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. And Charles, they get the field goal. Took him a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And the Cardinals offense here ready to take over. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Finding time. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Love the effort. Love the dramatics. Getting the feet down. How about a little step shuffle along the sideline there? Almost like a great ballet dancer or a tap dancer. All for no gain, though?
I was going to say, it's so pretty, and it gets you nothing. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, We see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
On the toss, here's Johnson. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
When I watch plays like that, I give a lot of thanks that my DNA did not make me an offensive tackle, because that is a very difficult job, to hold your block against a really good defensive end and hang on to it so your runner can get to the edge and do it without holding. I don't know that that's really possible for very many people.
He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
They'll drop to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Aaron Donald in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another.
There he goes, right side. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A great effort there. 96 yards. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. So their backs were against the wall, deep back in their own territory, and they run it all the way down into the end zone.
That takes a lot of coordination for an offensive team, doesn't it? Because, let's face it, it's really not a surprise that they're going to run the ball in that situation. Backed up that close to their own end zone, usually do call running plays, trying to be safe. Instead, it turns into an electrical run, a bolt for your team, and off he goes to the races.
Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And the 2-minute warning lurking. This will probably be the last play before we hit it.
Yeah, they want to get themselves in position to score in this last shot before the clock hits.
A reminder, coming up at the intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Larry Ridley and the crew in Orlando with our EA Sports halftime report. So second and medium, 2nd and 5 now. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still,
No yardage. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. And they're going to speed things up here. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. He'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
With the passing game as he looks to throw, surveying the field. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or two shy of the 30. 23 yards on the play.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part catching the football, right? Whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs. In this case, the feet. Get a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. There he goes, left side. 30. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. And we had only seen 6 fumble returns for a touchdown in Super Bowl history. Now we just witnessed number 7.
Man, how about the emotion that goes into something like that? Because not only do you get that, back-to-back Super Bowls, we've had it happen now. And usually when that happens, a team takes charge of the game.
Yeah, and prior to these back-to-back years with that, Charles, we hadn't seen one since the Cowboys' James Washington did it in Super Bowl 28. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Well, they brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
They're going to look to throw. And he's got Fitzgerald. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Anytime you call man coverage against Larry Fitzgerald, you're really holding your breath as a defensive guy because his ability to run such precise routes and use that big frame that he has, that body against you, it's going to be very difficult to break passes up against him.
Yeah, when you make 9 Pro Bowls in your first 12 years, you might want to give him a little bit more coverage than that.
Yeah, it's not just athletic ability. He's a thinking man's receiver as well.
Second down now after the pass completion. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. They'll look to throw again. Going right side here, and that's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. And Dawson's kick is good. And that'll bring them back within 4. So they're still down, but they are able to salvage 3 here heading into the lockers.
This is what you work on from the beginning of training camp. heading into the half, put some points on the board. No matter what the score says at that point, you've accomplished what you set out to do.
This is taken at his 4. And now look at him go. The 30, 10, 5, and he takes it the distance. No time remaining.
No cloth on the field.
Yeah, no flags, and it's a kickoff return to end the first half. And that right there, Mr. Davis, was kickoff return number 11 in Super Bowl history.
And it's such a game changer usually. I think about Jacoby Jones when he did it with the Baltimore Ravens and how that really flipped things in the game and really gave them a jolt and an extra spark.
Yeah, that was Super Bowl 47. It also happened in Super Bowl 48. Percy Harvin, Seattle versus Denver. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. So we've reached intermission in what has been a back-and-forth Super Bowl 51 from Houston, as we send you over to our headquarters in Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Charles. And welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Cardinals are on the bad end of things at home, but will have 2 quarters to turn it around. The Raiders came in prepared for this game, and it shows in the way they've played. All right, let's do it. Here's a look at the first half highlights. 1st and 10, Browns wide open, able to make the grab. And he's going to go 19 yards for the score. Cardinals now on top. 3rd down, inches to go. The blocking here will free up the run, and this long run goes for a touchdown. Raiders tied up at 7. 2nd and 2 coming up. Under duress, and the pass is picked off. Cardinals take it back all the way for the score. Cardinals push the lead to 10. Now 1st and 10, impressive blocking frees up the ball carrier, and he'll win the sprint to the end zone. Raiders all tied now at 17. Cardinals have it at the 32. Johnson's going to cough up the football here. Raiders recover the ball and return it for a touchdown. That puts them up by a touchdown. Dawson's going to boot it away. The return will start from the 4, and nobody can stop him on this long touchdown. Raiders go up by 11.
All right, Larry, these 2 teams back out there as we get set and ready for this second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Let's go.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. And he's in for the score. And his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, and he's got him in the lead. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And marching back out there now, the Raiders defense gets ready. And even though that last drive yielded points, it was a long field goal, so they probably weren't too upset about it. Although here, obviously, they'd like to give up 0.
Of course, that's the goal each and every time now. But when they make that type of a field goal that long, you almost give them a little nod of respect to the kicker, like, congratulations. But you do feel pretty good about not giving up anything big.
Yeah, and we'll see if they can not give up anything big on this drive.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass.
Here we go.
they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
A gain of 6 there on first.
If you run an out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
They'll set up a throw. The tight end, Jermaine Gresham, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 4.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
They'll set up to throw. It's complete to Brown, right side. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball, but not them just taking it big-time jaunt. Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open. From our vantage point, that was just one bad play by the offensive line in a series of really good ones tonight, but I know that they're going to be really ticked off. It's a lot like a baseball pitcher losing a no-hitter late in the game.
He'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old-school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football, because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
They'll drop to throw, and he dropped it. Now it was tipped, altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it, and now 4th down. Here's Marquette King now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Slips past him.
Where'd he go?
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. Hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game. Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this is caught on the sideline. But no, they'll say out of bounds. He caught it but was not in bounds. Incomplete. A 3rd down. He tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Again, we'll see the pistol here.
Here we go. 3-19.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper, and we mentioned, what they play man coverage against you. He almost was defended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what it said, right?
I mean, the best...
And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. And that rushing touchdown is fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Now the try here for the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is, whether it's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear, get with him and say, all right, my man, what do you need? What's going on here? So there's one person he can lean on. He's going to have to lean on that guy right now.
On second down, Johnson. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Here we go. White, 90. Right there. White, 90.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guy, 9-yard line. The rookie picked off the rookie.
And guess what? They're pretty familiar with each other. It's not like when I was growing up and the dinosaurs were roaming the earth and you heard about a guy somewhere. Now they run into each other at camps, going through high school ball, recruiting, college games, all-star games, you name it. A lot more familiarity with each other.
Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. And Thomas has it. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's a gain of 5. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or...
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. Here's Marquette King now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Play clock winding down. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And tough starting field position here.
Tight right. Here we go. 1-9.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Caught right side, Gresham. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Okay, when the big guy runs a corner route, you're asking a lot no matter who's covering him. Doesn't matter whether it's a linebacker or a defensive back.
Yeah.
He usually has the advantage because of his body type.
They go play action here on first down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target. That'll bring up second down.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be...
And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. Big sack on second down. Now the offense needs to convert here on third. And I know it seems like we say this a lot in broadcast booths, but a quarterback can hold on to the football too long in these situations. I think he did right there.
Oh, I agree with you.
And he loses the football a second time. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
The Raiders swarm in and block it. This will be picked up inside the 10. And they're going to get the football here inside the 5 at the 4-yard line. Put that block on top of the nice lead that they have, and now it's trouble here in the third quarter on the other sideline.
Well, I think it's more than trouble. They're just trying to figure out how to survive through this ball game now. They're about to really lay it down on them.
And they can just run some clock, get this thing to the fourth quarter, try to put it on cruise control. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Their big-bodied receiver. His second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Raiders are pouring it on.
I think it's easy to say mission accomplished on that drive. The goal was to increase the lead. They did exactly that.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They'll come out nowhere to escape, and he goes down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And he's going to be unable to get upfield as they take him down at the 21-yard line. He's brought down that time by a couple of Raiders.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Jaron Brown, the intended target, and that brings up fourth down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
He'll look to set up his blockers. He will not go down.
That have to retake those ankles.
12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So out come the Raiders. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw. You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains in Super Bowl 51. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
All right, let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys, because the offensive guys always taught find the first down sticks and make the play. Well, on defense, what do you want to do? Guard the first down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the first down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And the hard count got the defense there. Encroachment and the 5-yard penalty.
Encroachment, defense.
He'll drop to throw. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be second and about a yard.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. That one goes for 24 yards.
All right, I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. Back to throw now on first down. He's got time in the pocket. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
And right now I take my rudimentary kindergarten skills and draw where the tackle box would be, because that was close. I thought he was in the tackle box. He has to be very careful where he gets rid of the football from that spot.
Yeah, they say there was a receiver in the area, though.
Yeah. There's always a receiver in the area.
That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. They'll drop the throw. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing. But I guarantee you, it's not very good.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
They come up in an offset eye. They'll set up a throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. The lone receiver right is Cooper. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's brought down. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
And he couldn't corral it. It falls down incomplete, but maybe not a big deal given this big lead. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raiders defense getting ready. And they forced 4 turnovers now in that last possession, most recently the interception.
I'd love to be in charge of their highlight video at the end of the season, though, because this game, you can cut it into one sequence, take away, take away, take away, take away, and everyone goes home happy.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
So he makes the grab, and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line, giving them time to complete that 1st down pass.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. 2nd down now after the incompletion. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there. And there's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now you can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play. Run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And now the rookie's free. 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. 57 yards. And he just tied the NFL record on that 5th rushing touchdown. He's the 6th man ever to do that in a single game.
And, partner, did you just say that he tied an NFL record there?
Yes, sir.
I mean, we're talking 5 touchdowns on the ground against an NFL-caliber defense.
Is that good?
I'd say that's fantastic. What a game for him.
It really is something. We are watching quite the effort. Now to return, this is David Johnson. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
Let's go!
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Khalil Mack in there for the sack, and he's closing in on that all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Here's Andy Lee now. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big. But sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz. And even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, that allows your blitzers to get there.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out.
Let's go!
Well, now they'll try the end around. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. 4 yards on the pickup, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his. Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. The tackle made there by Dayon Buchanan.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wondered if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and it's 4th down.
3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front 7. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Here comes the D swarming to the line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. He's got time. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got Fitzgerald. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this. But run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
Back to throw here. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down. All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass, excellent job, way to knock it down.
They'll set up a throw, and that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
Like my old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They come into enemy territory, and I don't care what the matchup is in the National Football League. You're up like this late in the game on the road. This feels pretty good.
Oh, it feels fantastic. Anytime you get a road victory in the NFL, that's a big-time accomplishment. And to do it this convincingly, that just tears up the script that every home team has, which is nobody comes into our house and pushes us around. They took care of business today.
Yeah, they pushed around, and now the final stages of this one.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Here's Marquette King now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
And a neutral zone infraction on the defense.
The defense thought they had the timing count on the quarterback's cadence, but they jumped too soon.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. And the offense looking to pick up the 1st down after the 2nd down incompletion.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Fitzgerald's got it right side. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Here we go.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. And the Oakland Raiders are on top of the football world. They will hoist the Lombardi Trophy as the Super Bowl champions. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all offseason, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.